Hello, hello, and welcome to the Illumination of the Week, Illumination of the Week from the Illuminating Journey Cards. I'm Jen Duchene of jenduchene.com, and I'm using the Illuminating Journey Cards. We're looking at the week of July 1st through the 7th. So, wow, I always love it when the week begins with the 1st. And so it's kind of the numbers are telling us this is the week, right? The month begins on a Monday. So we do have a full solar eclipse on the 2nd, and Mercury goes retrograde on the 8th, I believe. So we have quite a hectic month. Universal number is a 19, and we have a 19 in our year, so it's a double 19. So there's a lot of new beginnings, a lot of movement, a lot of encouragement for us to truly shine our light in a new way, from our hearts, from our souls, from our genuineness. So let's see what the cards have to share with us. Well, isn't that interesting? The first card we have is the 19. I was asking the question, what do we need to know? And this is the first card we have. I was just talking about the 19. So in the tarot or in the Chaldean system, this is called, this number 19 is called the Prince of Heaven number. And it's about shining our light. So we know that we're being called to shine our light in a new way, to shine the truth of who we are. And what I love about this card here is this energy of this gladiator who's rising above the stadium to really kind of like, I'm going beyond the stadium is kind of the message I'm getting. I'm leaving what is kind of my home, where I've been accepted. I'm kind of leaping out of that. I'm going to higher energies. I'm going to a higher truth of myself. I'm going to express myself out in the world. I'm leaving my home and expressing who I am. And I think that really is pretty amazing if you think about the energy of the 19 and what's happening coming up, the whole Cancer Capricorn aspect that has been highlighted this month with the eclipses and bringing us to that focal point in January next year where Pluto and Saturn have their great meeting. And this is a really important time right now because we're being set up, or we are leaving home, the old way of being. We're being kind of told and shown that we have to express ourselves in new ways. There's also some other interesting things going on here. There's a lot of water, as you can see. There's also some magic. This card is, the background is Tintagel. I took this photo when I was in Tintagel in England a couple of years ago, and there's this bridge linking us to the ancient ways, but in new ways. This is time for us to let go of some of the falseness. We love our way of communicating now, but there's also some very powerful ways of communicating in the world that we have to look back to, with the moon, with the there's even a new moon there, a new quarter moon, with the earth, with the elements, all of these things inviting us to truly find or drink the source of who we are. So it feels like a very powerful new beginning. 19, of course, is the number of new beginnings, endings and beginnings. It is about taking leadership and ownership of who we are. So I love that that came up first. And here we have the second card coming up, which is the 2 soul portal. And for me, I see this card as one that brings 2 sides together. It showcases the polarity and also demonstrates what we're going through right now. The awareness of polarity means that we choose where we are, but we choose, instead of judging what we see, we choose to recognize that everything is part of the universe. And so we can get to change how we behave because we choose. There's the 2, right? The number 2 is about choice. What are we choosing to do? How are we choosing to live? What are the things that are harmonizing our world or bringing about imbalance, unhappiness, like judgment that we don't need? And also this idea of the beauty of what is, the beauty of being in nature, the beauty of being with our nature, the beauty of understanding what is heavenly and what is human, what is otherworldly, and what is earth-based, and bringing those together and allowing them all to coexist. It is also a number 2 that is about boundaries. So this is really finding our place. Where do we belong? What do we belong to? Where are we putting our emphasis and focus? There's a deep sense of peace when I look at this card, a fulfillment of hopes and wishes in some ways. Because of course we're in a time where we're being invited to activate what we desire, and do that by being of truth, of showcasing the truth of who we are, shining the light of our essential being, breaking away from old ideas of behaving according to how other people have told us. And then the 3rd card, so we have 3 soul portals, and the 3rd card today is the 16, which is the number 7. So fascinating, because of the 16, of course, is a 7, and July is always a 7 month, and we're looking at the first week of July. And here's this card that speaks to me about this idea of devotion to a cause that is true to you, to your heart, to your soul. This is taking that journey, taking that leap of faith, being willing to do what you have to express who you are, to live who you are, to become that leader, that person that resides inside of you, the expanded soul, the expanded light of who you are, and the willingness to devote time to it, discipline, whatever's needed to kind of be present in the world, not in it, but of it, recognizing your role in the world and what you need to do. So that feels very powerful. It feels like we really are entering a new time with this, kind of here, leaping into it. The figures in the first, and very interesting, the coloring of all of these cards has some connection there. You see, these are like the blues and the greens. I find that fascinating that the colors are kind of there and taking us from the exterior, of the kind of bringing us into the sacred self and the outside, and then going from there to the inside of who we are. And in between, stopping to kind of recognize the shifts that we need to make in order to accept all that is in the world. So we can create boundaries, but recognizing the rights of others and our right to say yes or no. So breaking with tradition is what this feels like. It's coming back to our roots, to the knowledge of who we are, the recognition that we are not bound by other people's confines, that we can leap out of things, we can connect to our true source power and to whatever's available to us. And we can find the magic and the energy of the spiritual world in the physical world, and see the beauty of what is without needing to control it or be controlled by it, but instead just expressing who we are and taking that deep, deep journey of commitment to being liberated from the old way of being. So that's it from me, from the Illuminating Journey Cards for this week. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe you saw something I didn't see, so leave me a comment, let me know. Like and subscribe if you would like. And if you're interested in the cards, you can find them at jenduchene.com/Illuminating Journey Cards. I'll leave a link below. I also am doing a class, foundational class on the cards. So if you're interested, the class fee does include cards, because you must have cards to play. And we will be going into how to read these cards for yourself so you can actually activate your deeper intuitive abilities to read beyond the ordinary. And the final class, it's 7 weeks, it's online, so you can do it from anywhere, from the comfort of your home. It'll all be recorded on Zoom, Dropbox, where you'll be able to access it all. And the final class, we will be speaking with the Akashic Masters, and they'll be telling us about our relationship to the cards. So whatever your questions are, if you decide to join us, which I hope you do. So the link for that is jenduchene.com/IJC fundamentals, and the link will be below if you're interested. I'll see you next time.